Hey y'all, I'm out at Camp Semper Canine tonight. I'm gonna go head up to the garden and check on the garden and chickens in just a moment, but I noticed on my way out that we have a little bit of a problem. So not only has the county not been by to pick up the trash from the roadside cleanup that we did a couple of months ago, it's almost time for another. Oh, here comes a car, hold on. So we've had so much rain recently that a lot of trees have been falling, and I noticed we have this tree that's really close to the road and another one down there. So I thought I would come over and just pull some of these bigger pieces out to prevent a car from running off the road a little bit and hitting it and potentially causing them to have a flat tire or an accident. So I'd like to try to get that taken care of tonight. So I got that first one out of the way. And look at this one that fell. There's three here. I thought there were only two. Actually three. I just want to pull some of this back away from the road just in case you know, anyone just barely runs off the road and a piece of this pops up and hits them. I'm probably not going to be able to move this one. Chris may have to come do it, but you can see this one fell recently. Just snapped right in half. This could have been from the hurricane, but someone definitely drug it out of the road. You could tell it was in the road from the way that it's been dragged. So let me see if I can move some of this around here. Okay, so I'm definitely not able to move this on my own. Chris and I may have to try to do it tomorrow. He may be strong enough to do it on his own, but it looks like this tree fell out in the road and someone stopped and pushed it over. So I guess let me walk back this way. There's some more tree that has fallen, and I'll head up to the garden. Okay, so here we are in the garden. Earlier today when we came out to let chickens out, I picked that red jalapeno just because it looked like it had some splitting, so I have it in here. It's super pretty. And I noticed some more things that needed to be harvested. I'm going to try to get all my cucamelons that are ready and make some more pickles out of the cucamelons. I see some up here. Let me set my basket down. And I'll do some pickles with these. And I might give them as gifts for Christmas. These cucamelons still have lots of blooms coming, so they're still producing. I've seen some of the people I follow on YouTube pulling theirs out. Mine are still going strong, so I'm going to keep them as long as they're going, because I really wasn't planning on doing a lot in this front bed as far as fall. I didn't really know what we were going to do. I was kind of waiting because this plant is still going, this lemon cucumber plant. It is just taking over. It's wild. Look at all these cucamelons in here. And these beans are getting close to ready. See how that one's turning yellow? I'm gonna go ahead and pick it and check it out. Alright, so let's check this one out. See what it looks like on the inside. Maybe I can do this one-handed. Come on. Well, maybe not. There we go. Don't remember. I think these are the Good Mother Stallard beans. They are. And these are ready. Pretty. So, as they start turning yellow, I'll start picking them, and then I'll start freezing them, I guess. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, to be honest. I've had some really weird things going on in this growing season, and one of them was my bean production was just really low. They were just randomly coming in at odd times. So, yeah, these are really pretty beans. I bet they're delicious. Never had them. So I've got a lot of new growth on my Christmas beans. Look at all these blooms. And like I said, this just looks lush. And now that the Japanese beetles have subsided, these things are just taking off again. So I need to make sure I'm staying on top of things and picking them so that they'll keep producing until the frost comes. So maybe I'll be lucky and get another bushel of beans. I mean, look at all those. I got to get in here and pick them. Look at all these beans, y'all. Lots of dead limbs, but look at all the beans. Oh, another surprise. Look. And another one. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. And this sunflower has gotten pulled in by the beans, so again, I'm just kind of letting things do their own thing right now. I did pull one of the sunflowers up. You can see it back there. It was laid over into the zinnias. I did pull that one up earlier this morning and secured it to the fence. Now, I've also decided that I'm going to just plant cover crop right here, especially since we had so much squash bug damage. And speaking of squash bugs, I need to head over to the pumpkin area because today, earlier, I saw just some disturbing things of all the squash bugs gathered on the leaves because they were trying to get dry. So let me see if they're still out and about, and I'll eliminate them. So earlier, this entire area, you can see them down in there, was just filled with squash bugs. So gonna make some more of my spray and come out here and get those guys gone. Also need to make a decision on that pumpkin over there because I saw some squash bugs on it this morning. And look at them on my gourd. Why are y'all on the gourd? Look at that. Why are they on my gourd? They are all over this vine. Look at it. Can y'all see them? They just need to go, man. Here's some more up here, look. All over that leaf. Look under this one. Right there. But this is an example of why once the season's over, you just need to get rid of any leaf, any vine hanging, anything that's on the ground, because they'll hide under it and overwinter. Just need to get them out. So you can see my other pumpkin over there. I need to go check it, make sure there's no bugs on it because, man, those motorcycles are loud. Because there were bugs on it earlier. And I had lots of squash blossoms. Look at this guy. Get off. Get off. Thank you. Lots of okra blossoms. Lots on the other plant too. This little guy opened. Lots of new blooms coming out on the gourd plant, on the vines. I had several different vines, so lots of new growth going on in there. And I've got lots of okra to harvest. We may have enough okra now, fresh, not the okra that I've already preserved in the freezer, but we may have enough okra now to fry some okra this weekend. And my other okra plants are starting to peek out. The ones that I planted late, they're starting to come up over the original okra that we had here. So I will have a late harvest of that okra. as well. I'm gonna leave these two till tomorrow. I will be back out tomorrow. Oh, got some tomatoes to grab in a minute. I will be back out tomorrow because I am going to weed eat all of this and get the garden cleaned up and determine exactly what I need to do to prepare for the fall and winter gardens. Now, because my peppers are still producing, it is starting to get cooler. I think right now it's 70 degrees, but I'm gonna go ahead and harvest these. I'm gonna go ahead and pick them, and hopefully they'll produce more. I see lots of white flowers coming out on all of my pepper plants. So it's my hope that by picking all these peppers, they'll start producing more until the frost comes. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this Golden Jubilee and this red beefsteak here. Look at this beautiful Dances with Smurfs. And I have a lot more Sunrise Bumblebee, none that are ripe right now, but I have a lot more coming. And these are really pretty. Chris loves these, so I'll definitely be growing them again next year too. And here are my jalapenos. I'm gonna go ahead and harvest 2 or 3 of these, maybe 4, because they're getting rather large. And again, it's my hope that by harvesting these, they will continue to produce. Now this plant has been very prolific. I had 2 here and 1 died. So I was worried about what exactly that was going to look like, but I actually made some jalapeno poppers with these jalapenos and they were so delicious. Definitely a favorite. I'm not a huge fan of heat. These have just enough, and I'm going to make some cheese dip with these, some Mexican restaurant style cheese dip with these, and see if it gives me enough heat. I've also used them in my chili that I made the other day, and it was just the perfect blend, especially for me because I'm not a huge hot pepper person. So when I get out here with the weed eater tomorrow, this area is going to take a lot of patience. It is just, this cucamelon is just intertwined with the grass down here that's growing up and the blackberry bush. So I'm just going to have to be very careful, and we're probably going to have to relocate these blackberry bushes next year. But definitely want to get the cucamelons that are ready harvested. And this is how I trained this sunflower to come up through the fence here so I wouldn't have an issue like with this one. And that's the one that I tied up earlier, but these sunflowers are starting to come out as well, and I may have to tie a couple of them up because the weeds are just getting out of control over here. Might be able to get this little guy. Yeah, that's a weed. But I'm gonna have to be very careful over here as well. So I got a huge handful of cucamelons just off this little section here, and there's so many more coming. These are just the ones that are all about this size. And while I'm looking through the cucamelon section right here, these hot salsa peppers are, some of them are getting pretty big. So I'm gonna go ahead and harvest the bigger ones. And hopefully, again, like I said, it'll keep producing because I have some more flowers coming out all over this thing. Fingers crossed I can get another good harvest of peppers off of these guys. Okay, y'all, I see a ripe tomato back here, and I believe it's a get stuffed. Oops, I'm stepping on a tomato plant. Bo was asking me about the get stuff the other day because he was wanting to get them as a prank for his dad. Look how pretty. Oh, it does have a little spot. It doesn't look like it actually got in there, whatever it was. But this is a hollow tomato. You're supposed to use it like you would a stuffed pepper. Looks like this is the only one we got. We have one in the green stalk at the house, but it's not ready yet. It's nowhere near ready. So now that I'm standing in one of the back beds back here that has tomatoes, I'm going to dig through here and see. Looks like my Black Beauty did not produce any flowers. Got some more tomatillos here. I just picked a few. that were ripe. That one's ripe. I just don't know what I still don't know what I'm going to do with these tomatillas. No one has given me a good suggestion. I guess I can make some green enchilada salsa or something like that. And put it up for green enchilada sauce. I don't know. And I have more candy cane peppers. I'm gonna leave these for a little while longer. I'm just looking to see if any have any blemishes I need to get rid of, because I just harvested some. And I have some in the fridge that I actually need to either decide if I'm going to dehydrate them, chop them up and freeze them, or what it is that I'm gonna do with those peppers. These Mad Hatters, I think I'm gonna leave these because I want to see if they turn red. These are supposed to turn red. And I have some jalapenos here that I need to go ahead and pick tonight because they're starting to get little stretch marks on them. I noticed here, little Kajari melon coming. Another one. Some more little fuzz balls up here of Kajari melon. Could I have a couple more? I don't know, but I'm about to show you another surprise. Check this out. Look at that. Isn't it beautiful? And another one. Ooh, I'm so excited. Fingers crossed that it stays. I kept this little guy because, you know, it had some damage to the outside, but nothing's really messed with it since, and it's still growing, so I figured I'd leave it. And then I noticed I have some noodle beans. I don't know why I keep getting these ants all over them. But even when I knock them off, they get right back up there again. Really sad about my Brussels sprouts, but that's just kind of how it goes sometimes. About time to pull these. Oh, I got a friend in here. Cletus, you want some bugs? I'm also wondering when it's time to harvest these. And are they even going to taste good? They grew all summer. I mean, what are they going to taste like? That pod can stay there for a little longer. I think I had some tomatoes over here, and then I'm pretty much done. No, these guys aren't quite ready. This one is. Oh, no, I'm not done. I didn't do my other tomatoes. Let's go over there. So we're having some problems with the Cletus and Clayton fighting with each other. I'm probably just going to make Clayton go, even though he's beautiful. He's just a little much. He and Cletus get into it, and we like Cletus better because he's just more gentle with the kids. Where'd I put my basket? Here it is. So I just kicked Clayton out of the chicken coop because he's not letting Cletus come in. When Cletus comes back around to the gate, because he just took a long stroll around the garden, I'm going to let Cletus in first, and then I'll let Clayton in. Look at these pretty tomatoes, y'all. These are all heirlooms, German Johnson and delicious. I'm gonna go ahead and dump one of these tomato pots over. I mean, they could be rotten in here for all we know. But the stems have completely died back. And we need to decide if we're gonna grow anything else. Oh, I see some, yeah. See a couple little things popping out. Here's one. Saw another little one roll somewhere. Oh yeah, we got something. We may have just harvested those others way too early. I mean, it's not the best, but it's not terrible. I only see two. Maybe there's a couple more. I got my hands full, so oh, there's something. Little bitty. I'll put these in the basket. I'll dig through that tomorrow, and I might harvest the rest of these tomorrow just to get everything out of here. And it looks like I've pretty much got everything that I'm gonna get tonight. Let me go get these roosters up, and I'm gonna head home. Thank y'all for joining me tonight. I hope y'all have a good evening. Good night, y'all.